Right.
Sup, motherfuckers? Get it? What's up?
Yes, I do.
Like supplements. What's up?
Yes.
So this episode's all about supplements, man.
Yes, and I'm like pretty pumped about this one because I mentioned last week on social media that we'd be doing this, and a lot of people were like, "When is that one coming?"
Bam.
Yes.
As I show product shot.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
It sure is. So supplements, though, man, what's the catch? Like on the gym industry side of things, supps is the strongest ancillary you can do, right? It's easy money. It's mostly because you can promise a shit ton behind the effects. And that's mostly because 9 out of 10 times the diets and the nutritional regimen folks have just are not up to snuff. So it's an easy fix. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like selling Band-Aids to people on blood thinners who are reckless with their life. You know what I mean? Like, duh. Like, you automatically have a supply and demand right away.
Right. Like, I can't get enough protein. Okay. Well, then have a protein.
But folks think that supplement is replacements, and it's not.
Right.
So we, like, being excited about the opportunity here. I mean, obviously the arbitrage is what people think about supplements. What's best? How is it best to take? When is it best to take? Da, 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 da. And there's always a stigma about certain shit, you know, and not just organic versus, you know, whey protein and whatnot. Because everybody thinks supplements, the first thing they think is either a multivitamin or a protein shake. And I did a little research that over the last decade, multivitamins don't even make the top 5.
Wow, that surprises me. That's
I know,
super
right?
surprising.
Well, if you think about it, why people jump to get vaccines and scripts instead? So why would they care about a vitamin?
That's true.
Right.
I mean, the supplement world is so overwhelming too. And that's something that working in the gym setting every single day, people are like, well, what should I be taking? And then again, they're like, well, how often should I be taking it? Does it matter how soon after there's just so many questions that come with it that make it seem like such an overwhelming thing. And it doesn't need to be. It's supplementing all the good things you're already doing. It's supplementing your good diet. It's supplementing the workouts that you're doing. It's meant to supplement, not to like be your main gig. So it really doesn't need to be such like a mystery thing, you know?
But the irony is that it actually has an integral role. Mm-hmm. But I mean, 90% of the fight for fitness is not done in the gym. We said that from the start. So of course it's going to have a way more concentrated, value to your goal because of what it actually is. And when you talk about what you put in your body, not just for fuel or, muscle, resynthesization, repair, general health and vitality from a chemical and hormonal standpoint, we're talking about mental health. We're talking about basic survival. I mean, I would say, I would bet anything that the majority of people are flat out dehydrated and they mistake thirst for hunger, and they end up putting on extra weight, even if it's not bad, because they're actually thirsty, not hungry. We just don't get the hydration that we need. And of course, this is the people jump in and say, here's my hydration mix, take da-da-da. Bomb them electrolytes and smart waters, which are great for the energy and whatnot. But again, if you're just, starting to bomb water for the sake of bombing water, you have to have it to survive. Okay. But you need to have the right systems in place for the body from a metabolic standpoint, to be able to process proper hydration and see the results that you want from them, because nobody cares if they're living or not, it seems. It's not enough, right? So, we didn't get into it to cash grab.
No.
It only makes sense to do so, but it's really hard to, to find the right kind of formulation. I mean, we were looking at, I got 2 other jugs of protein here from my past when I realized that this was just not working. I was getting upset stomachs. I was bloated. It just wasn't sitting right. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm just like y'all. I mean, shit, just because I'm training don't mean that I don't have my moments too, right? From pre-workouts all the way down to protein shakes. And I got to tell you, if I'm comparing these 3 labels, I'm not going to say which labels they are because they're from, you can get them at Walmart, get them at GNC, you can get them at any place, right? I can't even, there's so many fucking words on here. It's not about not even understanding what I'm reading anymore. It's a clusterfuck. It's just a clusterfuck.
And that is the overwhelming part of supplements is when you say, okay, you know what? Take a protein shake. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of protein shakes on the market. You go to Walmart, there's a million on the shelf. And, you see some that are less expensive. You see some that are more expensive. And it's like, well, which one do I pick? And when you really get into it, that shit matters.
Yeah.
Like what is in those tubs matters. Do they all have protein in them? Sure. Some more than others, some higher quality than others. But the extra shit in there makes a difference, and it can make a good difference or it can make a bad difference. And so that is where it starts to get overwhelming because you really have to understand what's in it and what it does for you.
Yeah. I don't I could say if I was looking at at these 3 labels, 1 being ours and 2 being theirs, of the many options, but if I was looking at them all and I tried to pluck out which has ours is simplest to read. It gives you your calories, your fat, your carbs, and your protein, basic macros, right? Not rocket science. It's just meant to be a supplement. Okay.
Yes.
Ingredients. This is the pea protein jug I'm looking at. Dutch cocoa flavor for powder. Dutch cocoa powder flavor, xanthan gum, stevia extract, natural artificial flavors, and silicon dioxide. All right. So we've got within healthy measures, the components that make it taste good enough to get the job done. Because if it was tasting fantastic, all of a sudden it's way not healthy anymore. And then the proper things to make sure that it doesn't clump when you mix it, but all within healthy ranges. Okay. Preservatives and whatnot. Right. Now, if I was to compare the goods, I mean, but these other 2 will talk about all the vitamins that are in there, the calcium, the iron, the sodium. It's like filling it with so much fluff to make it look better than what it is. It's like, but does it do the job? Bells and whistles, like buying a car.
Yes. And this is like, goes back to marketing and the way things are marketed and the parts of it that are cash grabs. So we have a resource available. And if you want it, you can comment here, find us on Instagram at Fit Kid Athletics, but it's about how to grocery shop and how to make sure that when you're grocery shopping, you're not getting tricked by these marketing things. And this is very similar, that they can say, well, it has this and it has this and look at all these things and it's got those buzzwords all over it. But when you take a look at the ingredients, you're like, oh gosh, there's like maltodextrin in there, which is really uncalled for. There's all sorts of sucralose, which is like one of the worst like sweetening additives out there. All these things that are in there that they're not marketing that, but they're marketing sugar-free.
Exactly.
To make it sugar-free, they're using the sucralose. So it's like you have to understand what you're looking at and what they are and kind of weigh the pros and cons of what they're marketing, but then what they did to be able to put that marketing on the label. Because at some point it's like, I remember, when I was first getting into nutrition, I read something that said, sugar-free versus not sugar-free and like fat-free versus like full fat stuff. And it's like when you have the sugar-free one, number one, you have to understand that they're putting something else in there besides sugar, and you have to know what that is. Because sometimes it's better just to eat the sugar than to have all that sucralose floating through your blood. And second of all, it kind of tricks your brain into thinking, well, it's sugar-free, I can have more of it. It's fat free. I can have more of it. So they use these marketing things to try and to get you to buy it. But then at the end of the day, it's not really any better for you.
But it's how you look at it that makes the difference.
Exactly.
What is it? You want the shiny thing, or do you, you know what I'm saying? What do you want out of it? What really makes it go? You know what I'm saying, for you? Like if you out there looking for a husband or a wife, and you trying to get a hot piece of ass next to you, like, hell yeah, I'm winning. Who gives a shit? I cheat like a motherfucker, but yeah, that's my dude, that's my bitch right there. Yeah. Oh shit,
God.
you sharing that motherfucker with 80 other people. You don't care because you got the shiny thing on your arm. You know what I mean? Or you got yourself a sugar daddy, right? Like that's not how it works. Just because somebody does all those, that'd be like that cheating ass motherfucker that talk about, man, I cook and I clean, I take the trash out, I scrub the toilet, I fucking wipe my ass, I put the seat down. You know, you're filling your qualifications with all this shit that don't, man, I wear clean underwear every day. Man, good for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like listing all these fucking vitamins. I ain't trying to hear that shit. There's not enough in here anyway to even matter. Even in amino acids that try to get added in, or they try to throw in like creatine on top of it, which is grossly important, right? And they try to throw in all these other things. But just at the end of the day, if that motherfucker is no good for you, it's not good for you. And you're not gonna know till it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
if you think about, with that said, you got to look at how you view, before you get into supplements, you got to look at how you view your nutrition schedule and what you prioritize through your week. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? If you don't eat breakfast, okay, something to consider. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? If you're chowing after 8 p.m., cool, something to consider.
Right.
But these are all factors.
Yeah. And you said something too about knowing like why you're taking it. Protein is something that, I recommend to everybody when they're working out because it's really helpful in muscular recovery, especially right after a workout. It's something for those people who are like, well, I'm just so busy, I can't eat during the day. It's like, okay, well then have a shake instead. At least it's something. It's better than nothing. And it's protein that is going to like serve your body well. But you have to understand when you're looking at this stuff, like why you need it. And protein is something that if you are in the gym and you're getting these good workouts in often, like this should be something that you're implementing often after every workout. So, and with that said, you're looking for the protein content. You're looking to make sure it's got proper protein to help you recover. You're looking to make sure that it's low in fat, because too high of fat after a workout is going to slow down the absorption. It's going to make recovery harder. So you have to make sure that you're looking for the right things in it, not getting distracted by like the shiny stuff that they try and market you.
So the top 5 over the last decade, what do you think was, well, let's go backwards. Top 5. I know it's a lot. It's hard to narrow it down, but what do you think? Give me your top 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or just give them to me what you think they are, and I'll tell you what I found.
Oh my gosh.
If you get it right, I'll tell you what number it was.
Okay, how about protein?
Whey protein was number 2. Okay. What does protein do? It helps boost muscle protein synthesis. Obviously helps repair. Right? Duh, no brainer. Building blocks of life. Well, that's amino acids, but whatever.
So protein is number 2, but you said whey protein. Are there different types of protein on this list?
No, they just put whey. It's just whey protein.
Okay, so whey protein is number 2. I mean,
protein's number 2. Period. Whey protein does supersede the isolate and the concentrate and so on, so on, so on. Eating casein. Okay, just flat out whey. Okay, that's number 2.
Perfect. What about BCAAs?
Number 5. BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, stimulate the building blocks of protein in the muscle and possibly reduce muscle breakdown depending on how much you're taking and what your body is already doing. These, this is what this is the chemical structure of the amino acid. These are what the building blocks are.
Yes. And we've got,
and they're fucking 5th.
Yeah. And we've got like a million. We've got a whole podcast on protein. So if you haven't heard that, go back and look at it. It'll tell you all about amino acids.
Okay. So protein number 2.
What about
BCA is number 5.
What about fat burners?
Nope.
Oh, that's good. That makes me happy. because those are stupid.
So I'm really pleased.
What about, is creatine on there?
It is.
Oh, good.
Number
what
one.
That? Really?
Yep.
Wow. This is a good list.
You can take it regularly. 5 megs a day is all you need. Supplies energy to the muscles, promotes brain health. I mean, creatine's huge. Number one.
Okay. Yep. Great.
So number 1 is creatine. Number 2 is protein. Number 5 was BCAAs. What's 3 and 4?
Vitamin B.
No.
Vitamin D?
No.
Is it a vitamin?
I bet you would say that, you fucking...
What?
Go get that vitamin D, you fucking asshole, you.
What?
Never mind, Blondie. Forget I said it. Hello. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, girl, I bet you vitamin D is on there. I don't know about you, but that's my number 1. Wink, wink. Shit.
Oh, man.
Wait, what do you mean, duh?
I was thinking about real vitamin D, like from the sun.
I bet you were thinking about real vitamin D. You motherfucker, you nasty ass.
Oh,
man.
Anyway, is it a vitamin? Vitamin C?
No.
Some type of immunity booster.
Can you just name something? Fuck is that?
Magnesium.
Magnesium is number 4.
Really? Wow.
Yep. It's a cofactor, more than 300 enzyme systems that regulate diverse biochemical reactions, blah, 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 including protein synthesis, nerve function, blood glucose control, and blood pressure regulation. Very, very good mojo for the muscles, for layman terms. Okay, so what would be number 3? How about I just tell you, because I don't want to hear crazy
just tell me.
Shit. Fish oil.
Oh, okay.
Reduce
That's
pain.
Another good one.
Reduce joint pain, joint stiffness.
Wow.
Improve morning stiffness.
Mm-hmm.
Vitamin D, baby. Yeah, I want to improve my morning stiffness. Hey.
Oh my God.
Fuck out of here. So basically what we're looking at are the top 5 in the last decade. All have a common, what's it called? A common benefactor, which is all muscular function.
Yes.
And muscular development and growth. My. Now, of course, your multi is there, right? But it's not in the top 5, probably because it's been overdone, right? And it's not something that is now, mind you, like I was researching fitness supplements, not general over the counter. I think that would have been. I'm sure then, yes, your vitamin complexes, D's, B's, and whatnot would be right fucking next to birth control. So, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I'm sure it would be. You know what I mean? Whatever. So, but for fitness supplements, creatine takes number 1, which I was surprised at. I thought protein would have been number 1 simply because
Me too.
I think there's more of a stigma around creatine, but
and I think it's just lesser known. You know what I mean?
Which is ironic given its importance. But
right.
With that, I mean, we have our protein formulation is up and running, and we are going to be able to have our creatine coming soon, our BCAAs coming soon. The one thing, and well, back to the fitness supplements, I was surprised that was your point, was the fat burners. I thought I was going to see that shit on there also, but I think that's for a different kind of search. I bet you if we were to look up top 5 most abused or poorly recommended supplements, people would take that shit.
Well, I see what you're saying, but I'm still kind of surprised because, like back in the day of like fitness magazines and stuff like that, when that was like how you got your fitness info, every other ad in there was an ad for some thermogenic fat burner from every single supplement company out there.
That's the targeted audience, though. That's
true.
Because it's, you know what I mean? Like, think about that. Before there were algorithms, there was magazines, basic, paper. I mean, look at Yes, Dan, that's what it is. Is these other labels I'm looking at remind me of. You're probably too young to know what a TV guide is, but
I
the
know
TV
what that
guide
is.
was so dense. It was like a phone book for TV shows. Well, no, you just wanted to see what was on at 2 o'clock, and instead they give you what looks like a nutrition label. Like, it was crazy how
Yes.
difficult it was to read the TV guide.
Yes.
You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
I do know what you're talking about. Yes.
So, but now, the algorithms pump out certain ads, because when you put an ad out, you can select, I want this person, this age group, this far away, with that have this types of interests. So you end up having the fat burning supplements pumped into places where those who are seeking to lose fat would look.
Right.
That's all that was.
Yes, that's true.
I don't think people would take fat burners for the fat burning. I think they would take the fat burners, like to your point, back in the day, they would take the fat burners for energy to go kick that ass during a workout.
Mm-hmm.
At least dudes, at least.
Not women. Women would take it because they think it's going to make their fat go away. I mean, in my experience, I mean, women. I mean, if you want energy, you take a pre-workout. You have some caffeine. Fat burners.
I don't know
were
any
always
women
like,
besides you that take pre-workout.
I don't even take pre-workout
anymore.
But I used to.
Right.
Really, I knew a lot of people who do. I know a lot of people now who do.
Well, this is you and
a lot
your
of people
bros,
who come
man.
here do. I don't take it even anymore.
Well, this is nowadays is different. Nowadays,
it is.
The caffeinated supplements, because they want they want the
boost.
They want the mental boost. They want to feel like they're invincible.
You said that was the last 10 years, right?
Mm.
The most popular supplements for the last 10 years?
Yes.
What I love about that is that 10 years ago, all of those supplements were relevant. And today, all of those supplements are just as relevant and important.
Mind you, there wasn't one resource. It wasn't like I went to one Google and that was it. Like there were so many links that had their own versions. So right. I took pages upon pages that made it, I don't want to say averaged out, but when I see creatine number one on, 9 out of 10, that's going to be the number one. Yes. You know what I'm saying? For all intents and purposes.
Yes. So, but what's interesting is when you think about all of the things that have come in and out in the last 10 years, like greens or mushroom powder or all of the other umpteen, like fun, trendy, shiny new things that have come and gone that are not on that list. Like, I think that says something when you ask the question, what is super important for me to take and what is just like could be good for me but like not like the end all be all kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That all of those things that have come and gone, those didn't make the list, but at one point everybody you talked to had a green supplement and was taking it every single day and swearing by all these benefits.
I mean,
they are.
God put I'm not everything you need on this earth for you to have to survive and cultivate and be healthy and thrive, period.
Right.
Okay. And then I remember somebody saying to me, oh yeah, well, where's the plant that gives me creatine? You know what I mean? And it's like, in the body, dumbass, we produce the shit. Okay. Yes. That's where the plant is, motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the rest of the stuff is meant, I think that, the greens come in again, that's the arbitrage was what how people view the word supplement and what it means to them. And there was a time where, your fruits and veggies, when mom made you fruit, you're supposed to eat that shit. It's good for you. I mean, what the fuck? It's hard to argue that vegetables are bad for you or good for you.
Because they're not.
It's kind of hard to argue that. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
You may not like the taste of them, and that should be the first sign that that's just good for you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm just being honest with you. Not all the health, and sometimes the most healthiest things, don't taste that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes. I'm sure that's why vitamin D is number one on the women's list.
I was going to say something, but I figured I'd let you take that one.
It tastes nasty. Eat that shit.
Oh my God.
Fuck. Anyway, so we're trying to get into, and I think if I can, we may have a guest if I can get a hold of him for part 2, who has been in the the health and fitness industry for a very, very, very long time, specifically in the supplement industry. Used to franchise a GNC, so he'll have a lot of the back end information for us. I'm pretty sure I can get a hold of him, but I would like to get his insight on it and see what he thinks and some of the takeaways that he's had to see, if over the last 10 years, these are the supplements that were, in fact, I guess, on average across the board listed at top 5. How does that correlate? And that'd be something a good way to introduce it. So
that would be interesting to hear from him on like if those really felt like the top 5 at the time.
Yeah. But I don't want to go too much because in case he's unavailable, then we just sound stupid. But supplementation just is meant to supplement. Here's your takeaway. Supplementation is meant to supplement, not replace.
Yes.
Period. All right. If it tastes bad, it's probably good for you. And this is where the moderation word comes into play. But it has to be a balanced approach. I mean, even taking, mere protein shakes, if you're in a pinch, that's good for if you're really stuck.
Yep.
Cool. But we are just, as a species, doomed to stupidity, and we'll end up taking that Band-Aid of a solution, and we'll end up doing that all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm not guilty of that either. If I'm in a rush in the morning, I will definitely feel, at least mentally, I'll say, well, I had a protein shake. Better than a glass of orange juice. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a thing behind that things like you make sense.
Yep.
But if I know that 2 hours later I'm going to have some actual meal or whatever, then all of a sudden it's like my balanced approach is now justified and I'm on my way. But again, like we said in the beginning, supplementation really can have the best impact if you have the right routine to impact in the first place. So that's something, how you look at it matters. How you're going to use, because that will dictate how you're going to use it.
Yes. That all.
That's it.